Dr. Ratikant and I am from Public Relations Department, NIST University. Today, NIST is celebrating its 28th Foundation Day, or we can say this is the first anniversary of NIST University. On this occasion, in the second day of this Foundation Day celebration, we have NIST Family Day and NIST Alumni Day. So in this occasion, there is a meeting in this morning session, and there are many alumni. They have participated in this meeting, and they have spoke about their stories, how they have spent their college life here at NIST campus and what they are doing now. But among all the speakers, the person whose speech attracted much to us, therefore the NIST PSL thought that why we won't take a interview of this distinguished alumni and which will be helpful for our students. Therefore we have planned to take this a short interview of our alumni. So he is none other than Shri Arya Vedabrata. Sir, if you consider by today NIST has created around 8,000 alumni from its inception from 1996. Now it is 20th Foundation Day that I explained. So among all these alumni, there are many distinguished alumni there, and they have established themselves in the various fields, not only in this software engineering, but there is some agri entrepreneurs, some they have running their NGOs. But if we see the current scenario in most of the colleges and universities of India, all the students they are rushing towards this computer science course, mostly data science, artificial intelligence and machine learning. But when I heard the speech from Shri Arya Vedabrata, he was talking about in 1999 when he was just to take admission in his BTech. At that time he got many opportunities in different NITs, but the problem was there, he got selected in the different branches like material science, mining and engineering and others, but he was not interested to take the admission in the different courses at that time. Though his parents they are not ready to take admission for his son in the private college, but still he was very much adamant to take a computer science related course, and finally he took admission in the NIST in 1999 in the BTech IT. So today sir, please first tell about you, your hometown, your schooling and your family. After that we will get into about the passion. Sir, please tell me about yourself.
Okay. Hi everyone, this is Arya Vedabrata. As sir mentioned, I passed out of NIST in the year 2023 in the branch of IT. So I come from Bhubaneswar. I grew up in Bhubaneswar. I started my education in a school called DAV Public School, Unit 8 in Bhubaneswar. I completed class 10 from there. After that, I got a chance to study in BJP College. 2 years in BJP College, completed in the science stream, mathematics and I think electronics was one of the optional subjects which I had beyond physics, chemistry and English.
Yes,
after that I joined NIST and had that great 4 years with NIST. Coming to my family, my father he's retired now. He used to work for Reserve Bank of India. When he retired, he was in the capacity of Assistant General Manager. My mother, again, she's retired now. She was a school teacher, and I have one brother. My wife is now supporting me in my current endeavor, ByteIQ. I have a son who is 13-year-old, studying in class 7.
Thank you, sir. Actually, sir is now running his own company, ByteIQ Analytics, and also he is a co-founder of Mindgraph Technologies. I will talk about this later, but sir, first you just tell me in your speech, you told that you are very much serious about to take a course of IT at that time where people are less aware about this subject. Most of the students they are choosing at the mechanical, electrical, but what make you fascinated about this IT course at that time?
I think the fascination towards IT was primarily because of the company Infosys, to be very honest. The kind of reputation they had created for themselves in the 90s particularly 95, 96 time when I was completing my class 10. I was very fascinated about Infosys as a company, and then other companies were also TCS and some other company like Satyam Computers in those days. Those companies started making new names in the market, and those names were attracting people because they were talking about business which was considered to be little sophisticated compared to the jobs
industry job
mechanical engineer will do or an electrical engineer will do. So we had that imagination of sitting in a posh office space working on computers. Those used to be our imagination and fascination, and you can say some kind of obsession when we were students. So when we saw a door of an opportunity that through IT I can get that kind of office space, sitting in one corner of the office space in a very posh office and doing my work on computer.
Okay.
That motivated me to think that computers should be the way forward. And then things were happening around me in my neighborhood. Some of the people who started getting good salaries which were eye-popping at that point of time, were all from tech companies. I remember our neighbor who got into IBM those days, and IBM was a big name. Just international business machine, that IBM as a brand was big for students like us. And that guy got into IBM, and he was just a BSc graduate, BSc physics graduate, but he got into IBM and he was making more than any other kind of engineer you find in industries or for government, for that matter, government officials. So all those numbers were driving me towards
the computer science
as a stream. So I had pretty much decided that computer science will be my stream. But what happened is the information technology as a brand started doing the round. I think in
which year?
1998, I think Tamil Nadu introduced, in 1998 India for the first time introduced information technology as a branch.
Okay, sir.
And I think Tamil Nadu was the first, or maybe one of the first few states to introduce. And I was very fascinated by information technology because since I was very much attracted towards computer science, and I heard that information technology is a new branch, it's like a cousin brother of computer science but advanced.
Okay, sir.
So that made me decide that now why should I go for computer science when something advanced is going to be available in the market. So I was attracted towards information technology. And the fact is, actually, I went for Tamil Nadu entrance examination. I cracked that examination, and I was about to join one information technology branch in one of the colleges in Tamil Nadu.
Okay, sir.
But surprisingly, fortunately, that year, Odisha also introduced information technology.
Okay, great.
Then I thought, why to go to Tamil Nadu? Why not try in Odisha?
Okay.
So that's how it started.
Thank you, sir, for your nice answer. And you told about that after passing from the NIST at 2003. Then you started working in this data science, artificial intelligence and machine learning, am I right? I think at that time nobody was aware about that type of things, but now it is a buzzword, okay? So can you explain us the scenario? At that time those computer science students, they have the other type of job, am I right? But now if we see in our university also there is a separate branch of BTech in AI/ML. And we have also MSc in data science, okay? So could you briefly explain actually about this words, actual data science, AI and ML, and how it is already affecting us, our daily lives, and how it has a bigger impact in the future, so that it will helpful to our students to think about these courses.
Okay. So when I started my corporate journey, it was never a planned one that I will get into analytics, data science or AI/ML in the later part of my career. It was an accident. I always consider that as a very good accident to happen with me. Actually underwent a fresher learning program, the training which they give to freshers in mainframe. So I started I think I can say my corporate journey with COBOL programming.
Okay.
Mainframe COBOL programming is what I was assigned to do, I was trained to do. And I thought this is going to be the way forward. And mainframe was also making a lot of noise those days. A lot of people with mainframe background were getting a lot of opportunities in the market. So I thought, I have been trained in mainframe, so that should be my career going forward. But fortunately, I came to Hyderabad. I took a transfer. I underwent the fresher training program in Pune, but I wanted to come to Hyderabad, so I opted for Hyderabad. When I came to Hyderabad, I was told that mainframe projects are available, but the project which you have been given is a project where you have to work on a tool called SAS, Statistical Analysis Software. And I did not know about SAS, and I thought my career is over. Okay. When I was aspiring to build my career in mainframe, and now my team lead is saying that no, you have to work in SAS. I still remember I went to Naukri.com those days and checked how many jobs are there in SAS. And I did not find a single job. So I thought then this is a skill which has got no value, and I have been forced to work on this skill, so my career is over.
Okay.
But that is a tool which will help you to analyze data. So that's how I learned about SAS. I realized that SAS is a very powerful tool when it comes to analyzing data, playing with numbers, discovering what's the business is doing in their process, and what's the real impact of the activities they do on their bottom line, top line. So that made me happy about what I was doing using SAS. I forgot that SAS as a tool doesn't have many opportunities in the market, but SAS as a tool was giving me a lot of happiness in the work which I was doing.
Okay.
And things changed drastically. In the next 2 to 3 years, things drastically changed because analytics jobs started coming to India.
Okay.
And there were not many analytics
professionals.
Analytics professionals in the market, maybe very few. So what companies decided that people who know SAS, they can be considered as analytics people.
Okay.
So that is how I made my inroad into Citibank. In their analytics department, I started my first analytics job in Citibank because I had SAS as a tool.
Okay.
And from there on, I was with Citi for a year or so. And after that, I got an opportunity from Bank of America.
Okay, sir.
And in the initial days of Bank of America, it was again analytics job using SAS. But after a year or so, there was a new team which was getting formed in Bank of America, and that was supposed to be the Bank of America's first data science team in India.
Okay.
And I was asked whether you can lead this team, because that team came to my manager, and my manager was based out of Gurgaon, and I was the only person from my manager's team out of 120 people who was based out of Hyderabad.
Okay.
So he told that this project has to come to Hyderabad. So if you are ready to take up this project, then only I will accept, otherwise I will not accept this project.
Okay.
And I said I was not interested because I was doing well in my previous project. So, but there was no option given to me. I told, okay, let me then take it up. And accidentally, again, this was again a great accident to happen with me. Accidentally, I entered into this team, which was in the area of data science, which I did not have any idea of. Slowly, I started learning about data science, what data science is. I was doing analytics, then I started to understand what's the difference between data science, analytics, and how data is evolving so much that just analytics will not work. You need to organize data well, you need to apply models.
Okay.
Only analytics will not give you the highest value from the data. So that journey, again, I started enjoying, and I continued for 5 years or so on data science space in Bank of America. After that, I got an opportunity from Goldman Sachs to build a data science function, data science and analytics function for their internal audit department.
Okay, sir.
So very different domain, but in an organization like Goldman Sachs, which is considered as gold standards when it comes to brand value.
Yes, sir.
So I decided to join them as vice president and started my journey in Goldman Sachs as a data science manager. And thereafter, I think JP Morgan, DBS, and in my last stint, I was with Qualcomm started heading their cybersecurity data science practice. And then it became an enterprise data science function, and after that I started ByteIQ.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. You had a nice job, but actually what encouraged you to have your own company, and you have founded your company ByteIQ Analytics, okay? It's your own company. So why you choose to take a risky life of your own by making a company? What is the objective and motivation behind this?
Okay. So when I was in the corporate world, the first 5 to 10 years was good. You are enjoying the work, you are enjoying whatever workplace that is being given to you by the company. You like it, all the facilities company offer you, you enjoy, you feel that you are privileged. Slowly you start to feel that, is it what I want to do my entire life? Is it what is going to be the meaning of my life? That questions actually bug everyone in the corporate world.
Okay, sir.
So obviously it started bugging me at a very early stage in my career. And I was wondering, can I not do something different? Is it what I'm going to do? Have I taken this birth to work for a couple of companies and die? Is that what my life is going to be? I started realizing that the God plan will never be that. God has not given you a birth just to work for a few companies and die. Okay. So you have to do something different so that your life is meaningful at the end of the day. That is when I started to feel that I have to do something, and if I have to do something, I have to do in my hometown.
Okay.
Because if I do something in hometown, first thing is that comfort is there, your parents are there.
The people also very known to you, place is known to you.
And financially also you are a little better protected. If something goes wrong, you know that family is there to back you up.
All people are there, yes.
So, and at the same time, second thing is, if you do something in your hometown, then you feel like you have really contributed back to your community, to your society.
Where you are being grown up. Okay.
And some of the things which would have unknowingly or unconsciously would have got registered in my mind, I think those would have also motivated me. For example, the founders of NIST when I realized that they left their cushy, rosy life in US, came to a place, they could have set up this college in Bhubaneswar or in some big city where they could have made more money, but they decided to pick a place which is little away from
capital city,
major hub of the state, and where they will have to go through more struggle in terms of getting students, getting companies and whatnot. But they decided to go down that path because they would have felt that let me do something where a lot of people will get benefited. Because if I go to Bhubaneswar, then there are other players who are also offering the same benefits to the society. So I can offer this benefit, but that may get diluted because 10 more colleges are offering the same benefit. But if I do in Barampur, my impact will be maximum because no one is offering that benefit. So if I come and do, then I'm making a huge impact on the life.
That means you are talking about that the founder of this NIST, Dr. Sukant K. Mahapatra, means he's like inspiration for you to choose this path. This is one of the regions.
The team of NIST, which a lot of things get registered. I now recall that this could be one of the things which was in my mind, because today during my speech, I recalled that. Maybe because you don't take a decision based on what happened yesterday.
Yes.
That process starts.
It's a group of thoughts.
Process actually starts maybe 10 years before.
Yes, definitely.
But you may not realize.
Definitely.
Okay, at the end when you say that I am deciding to leave the job, I want to start a company, you can look at last 6 months, 1 year, what has happened in my life, and you feel you attribute your success, failure to those 6 months, 1 year. But in reality, a human will be analyzing information for last 5 years, 10 years, unknowingly.
Unknowingly it is there. It is running behind the scene.
A lot of events would have happened, and all those would have got registered in your mind to make you think that this could be my ultimate path, destination, where I should be there.
Yes. Thank you, sir. And also you are a co-founder of this Mindgraph Technologies. Just tell actually what your company is doing, this ByteIQ Analytics and Mindgraph.
So we are primarily an AI ML data science company. We call ourselves as India's first data innovation company. We have a unique framework which helps us to do innovation on any kind of data. So we tell companies that our clients that you don't have to give us a use case to work on. Normally, any AI ML analytics companies or tech company, they'll go to client and ask, okay, what is the problem you have? Give me, I will solve it. I have great talent to solve. But we took a different approach. We told that in the space of data, if you have problem, you can give us, we can solve it, no brainer. But if you don't know what is the problem, you just give some access to your data. We will tell what are the possible problems and what could be the possible solutions.
Because you can predict the problem.
Yeah. So that is where our innovation framework comes into picture. We have an entity science model there. We take the data through one life cycle. It's a different topic altogether. It will take a lot of time. But in short, data innovation framework helps us to uncover what are the top potential
possible
problems in the data, along with that a possible solution. And since it is an outcome of data innovation, most of the problems we would have identified and most of the solutions we propose are one of its kind, because it's an outcome of innovation. People don't know that such a problem is there in my business.
It's a unique type of business you are doing, where you can predict the problems for a customer.
If I have to give one example, in airport we did data innovation, and we asked airport, do you know about what are the blind spots in the airport? So blind spots in the sense in the retail zone. If you go to airport, big airport like Singapore airport, or for that matter Bangalore or Mumbai airport, you will see the retail space will have so many shops. All the world-class shops, clothing stores or food joints you will find in the airport. Now, anyone who is operating one store out of airport will feel that I have equal chance to make money like my neighbor. They feel that way. That's why they have taken the space. But there could be some blind spots in the airport where that set of outlets are not making the kind of money they should make. While others are making good money, they are not making. And when we ask this question, that do you know what are the blind spots? They did not know what are the blind spots. They never thought of it. They asked why you think it can be a blind spot. Why a blind spot will arise? It may be that they are not doing a good job. That's why their revenue. No, the answer was it's not about a single outlet. If one single outlet is not doing the good business, maybe
the problem with the shopkeeper.
But if a group of outlets in the same locality, the same location are not doing, then there is a different problem. That's a blind spot. And the way you have structured your airport, or you made some changes recently, because of which not many people are walking past that section.
The path you have to design in such a way.
You created a path. Let's say you made some change to your internal structure. Because of that, people who used to walk through that section have stopped walking. They have taken a different lane.
Another path.
Because of that, those guys are suffering. But until and unless you have a mechanism to capture what are the evolving blind spot in the airport, you cannot take an action. So this is one example of innovation, and this we looked at the data, understood the process, and we came out with a proposal. Blind spot discovery is something you should build.
Okay.
And it becomes so unique, then the airport will say that I need to have IP because I will be the first one to implement an algorithm So I need to have a patent, copyright or whatnot on this concept.
And you don't have any problem to give
the copyright. So that's why we tell that we are a data innovation company where we help companies to uncover top potential from the data, and we tell that we do co-innovation with them.
With them. Okay.
So if we are because their data is helping us to discover something new.
Definitely, it is their own data, but
so
you
it's
are
a
just
co-innovation. It's a co-innovation.
You both will be the tech credit.
And in some cases, what we do now, we take some data which is publicly available and follow the same process, data innovation framework, and come out with something which can be productized. And those are our own intellectual property. So one of our intellectual property will be in market soon. Card story, it is on credit card. So it has only mined publicly available data. Using our data innovation framework, we have created a nice storytelling layer for individuals to analyze and understand which credit card is most appropriate for them. We are going to launch it soon.
Really, it is very much interesting. Just a layman like me, I think definitely the way you are taking your company in the product and innovation, it really inspires our current students actually take a career. It is already a buzzword, but the story you told to our viewers, I hope now they will understand actually what can be done with this data. Okay. Thank you very much. Now just I want to listen from you that in your speech you have talked about that during your time at the NIST you have learned two things. One is coding, another is communication. Am I right? As I am a faculty, I am taking classes of the first year students. So we have many students from Odia medium schools. They don't have better communication skills, and also they don't know coding. But if you compare the students from the CBSE, ICSE, from the different private schools, they have the knowledge of the coding and they are a better communicator. So many students came to me, those are from Odia backgrounds, they are telling, sir, we are helpless, we are not able to communicate properly, we don't have any coding knowledge. Whenever we are seeing our friends, those are from private schools, they have a better coding skill. So how will sustain you? So what will be your advice to these students, those are taking
coding?
admission?
I think coding they have to start, there is no other option.
Yes,
they have to get on coding bandwagon as soon as possible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and there are so many sources of knowledge or materials.
Yes, sir.
If somebody wants to start coding, and I think there are languages like Python which is much easier to code in. So students can get onboarded on Python. Let Python be their first programming language, because Python is becoming the most popular language across the globe. So, whether it's data science, analytics, cyber security, blockchain, you talk about any domain, tech domain,
Python is
becoming
language,
the most important programming
so
language.
They have to take mastery on the Python first.
Pick one language, learn that language as much as possible, do coding yourself, be hands-on. You have to make your hands dirty. There is no other option. Try for the variety of I think nowadays there are so many platforms, LeetCode and whatnot, HackerRank, HackerEarth, where you can go and code, and you can code as per your level of maturity.
Skill.
As you mature on the coding life cycle, you go to the complex coding. So the coding, there is no other option. You have
to learn anyway. You have to learn. Regarding the
communication skill, I think I am very happy that you guys have appreciated my speech, because communication was the weakest link in my portfolio. I was struggling big time when it comes to communication in English, and you won't believe that in my first company, first appraisal, the feedback which I got was your communication is so bad.
That means I have chosen the right person to give the advice to our students.
Yes. So communication was something I was really struggling, and I was told that your communication is bad, you have heavy mother tongue accent.
Influence, It is there for all the Odia people.
So that was the first feedback on communication which I got in my first appraisal. And I was taken aback. How can this be possible? I knew I was not good in communication, but I was always believing that communication is not so important. As long as you are technically good.
That is the problem actually.
As long as you can code really well, you can win the world. But after stepping into the corporate world, I realized that communication is like 90% of what your profile is going to be as you progress further in your career.
Definitely.
In the initial days, they are okay. As long as you are able to solve the coding problem, they are happy. After 3 years, 4 years, they will have problem. No, your communication has to improve, because I need to put you in front of client. After 10 years, they will say, now it's not possible because after 10 years, you have to be a leader in the organization.
Okay.
So it's not possible. You don't have a path with us. You have to.
It's a greater
So a
challenge.
lot of
in
people
future,
are getting fired or they have to leave the organization after 10-15 years of their journey with a company. And I will attribute communication as the primary reason for that. People may not come out and tell. Others will not believe it because others will think that how can he survive for 15 years? Okay, then there is some problem with the company. It's not the problem with the company, it's the problem with the individual.
For sure, yes.
Okay, individual has never groomed himself, herself during that 10-15 years on communication, on leadership. They have only worked on tech work.
Only coding. Yes.
And Indian market is such that after 10-15 years, your leadership skill is going to be of utmost importance. If you don't come out as a leader who people can follow,
means your time is over in the
your
corporate
time is
world.
over. Because whatever tech work you are doing, somebody
Can replace you
easily. A fresher can replace.
Oh.
So that is something which happens in corporate world. So I started taking communication seriously. And one more incident happened in my career. In one of the companies, I was told that you are not getting picked for campus interviews because your communication is bad.
Oh yeah, it's too pathetic.
So then I decided that no, I have to focus. So communication has to become my top priority. And that is when I started working on my communication skill. It takes a lot of time. Communication is one skill which takes actually maximum number of years. You can acquire Python, Java, ML, data science, analytics, any skill on earth you can acquire within a year, I can say, if you put serious efforts. But English communication is a skill which may take a decade.
Okay. To reach in that.
Better to start as early as possible. But definitely you will see a lot of improvements. After 10 years or 15 years, you will see that significant improvement when people will start and tell that, oh, your public speaking ability is so excellent, we cannot believe. That may take 10 to 15 years, but your ability to communicate, get things done, average communicator or decent communicator, good communicator, that can be achieved in 5 to 6 years.
Okay.
So couple of things which I have done, I would like to tell people is reading.
Reading. English storybooks or in English?
No, I am not. I don't. That is again my limitation. I have never enjoyed reading books.
Okay.
Even though people have told me so many times, I have never enjoyed. I don't know. Maybe I don't have patience. That's why I have never been able to read books. Very few books I have completed, and that too forcefully I have completed just to put that number. English. I have read 3 books or 5th book.
Okay.
But when it comes to reading, I focus on English newspaper.
English newspaper daily at least.
Daily. And economic times, I think I can attribute whatever communication, English and vocabularies I have in today's world, I can attribute that to economic times primarily because I used to spend almost 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours per day going through. At one stage I was reading all the articles. Every report, every article from page 1 to page 16, 17, I used to cover. Even though it takes 8 hours in a day,
but you have to cover.
But I started liking because I started feeling that I know about so many events. English was the primary objective I started with, but later I felt that I know about global affairs so much. Now my brain is working a lot. I am able to connect the dots. I am able to see the big picture. All those thought process also started to evolve in my brain. Apart from that, communication is bound to improve if you read. While reading, one more thing I have done and I feel that helps is when you are reading little loud so that you can hear what you are reading. You don't do silent or quiet reading. Because when you do quiet reading, you feel that I have done a lot of reading, my English is good, in mind it is good.
Yes.
When you start to utter, you will struggle.
You won't get the right word.
So you read it a little loud so that you can hear what you are talking. That is most important. And reading is important. Reading it loud so that you can hear, that is important. And grab any opportunity where you have to present, you have to talk.
You don't afraid to speak publicly.
Initially you will struggle. You will feel that I did a miserable job. I should not have taken up that responsibility, this challenge. But over time you will feel that you are becoming better.
You don't afraid to take the challenge. Whenever you are getting a chance, go and speak.
That and try to create opportunities. So I have done, one is I have tried to grab as many opportunities, but being in corporate world, not many opportunities will come your way.
Have to grab.
Nobody will create a platform where you can come and speak. Those platforms are created for senior executives, leaders.
At
our stage it will not. Once you become senior, then automatically, when you may not need those platforms because by then you are already a good communicator. Okay. So you need to create opportunities where if you have an idea, you create some slides, go to the guy and tell that, go to your manager, go to your next level, go to your college authority and tell that I want to present this particular topic. I have done some good research on this topic, I want to present. Even students can do that. If students pick one topic and do some research and come to the faculty and say that, sir, I want to present this to 5-10 students.
Okay,
Can you give me that opportunity?
Sure.
No faculty will say no.
Deny these things. Okay.
So students should start to do those kind of things.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for giving your valuable time to us, and I hope our viewers, means mostly our students, those are struggling for the communication and coding, at least definitely our talk will helpful to them. Thank you very much.